Happy Wonder Wednesday. I'm wondering, have you ever been part of a team?
When I have a worry-filled mind, I like to wander outside. No telling what we might find. Birds calling, worms crawling, leaves falling down from above. Oh, I plant my feet on the ground. I keep my head in the clouds. I let my feelings out loud. I hear joy calling, fear crawling, tears falling down out of love.
Welcome, friends. I'm so glad you're here. If you don't already know, my name is Mrs. A, and we'll do a couple different things together today, but the first thing I'd like to do is check in with our feelings. Feelings and emotions can change from minute to minute throughout the day, and sometimes our feelings are simpler to identify, sometimes we have the right words to say, and sometimes they're a little trickier or more challenging to name. And so I like to practice naming feelings with you so we can all get a little better at it each time. So I'd like you to think for just a moment how you're feeling right now. Think about the messages your body is sending. Does it feel settled and calm, in the green zone? Does it feel tense or overwhelmed, in the red zone? And after you've listened to your body's messages, you can take a peek at my feelings poster. I'll bring it up nice and large so you can see each of the different feelings or emotions that are on it. Now, there are more feelings or emotions than can fit on my poster, but these are good examples of lots of emotions that we feel throughout the day. So take some time and look at each. Do you see one that matches how you are feeling? The character might not look like you. That's okay. We all experience the same feelings throughout our life, even though we all don't look alike. So go ahead and find the character that has the feelings that match you right now. I'll do the same. Did you find your feeling? Great. I'll share mine and then I'd love to hear yours. I'm feeling hopeful right now. I'm feeling hopeful that you friends will learn something or be inspired by something or think about something while watching my episode today. How are you feeling? Thanks for taking the time to share that with me. Remember, sharing your feelings and naming them, even just out loud to yourself, can actually really help our brains and bodies feel better if we're feeling stuck or feeling like our feelings are taking over. Also, talking to your grown-ups about your feelings is a great way to connect and let them know how you are in the moment. You can also ask your grown-ups about their feelings. You can encourage them to share theirs as well. Sometimes when I'm having really big feelings and I feel like I can't think clearly, maybe in the yellow or red zone, I like to move my body. And sometimes when I'm having some slow moving or sleepy feelings in the blue zone, I also like to move my body. And sometimes when I'm in the green zone, I know that if I move my body, I might stay feeling focused and stay settled. And so I always check our date when we're together. And we will do some exercises that connect to the numbers in our date. Will you take a peek with me? The date is right up here and it says 12/15/21. And each of those numbers represents something different. 12 represents our month. Do you know what month it is right now? December, nice. And the 15 represents the day in the month. For me, it is the 15th day of December. If the day is different for you, when we exercise, just count up to the number that you need. And 21, do you know what that shows? Our year, yes, 2021. We only have a few more weeks in our year 2021 before it changes, so that's pretty exciting. We are also going to check in with Fig before we do our exercises, because Fig always shows us one of our moves. It looks like they're frozen in time here. Imagine what they might be doing with their body shaped in this way. You can make some guesses, and we'll check back in with them in a little bit. But as I said earlier, I'm so hopeful and also quite excited for today's episode, and so I thought we could start off with 12 jumps, maybe use some of that excitement to help energize us and get our bodies moving today. Now 12 is an even number, and if you've been visiting with me in the past, you know that we're practicing identifying our even numbers and our odd numbers, and when we see an even number, we count by twos. This can be tricky if you don't know how to do it yet. So you can practice with me every time we count by twos, and the more you practice, the better you'll get. Remember, you're going to make mistakes too. We all do, and that's okay. If you make a mistake while counting with me, you can just try again. Ready to do 12 jumps, counting by twos? Awesome. Let's stand up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now, our next number has a 5 in the ones place, and so it is an odd number because 5 cannot be shared equally. And so we're going to count by ones for this. And we're going to do something a little tricky. It's called a backwards push-up. It might work best if you have a couch or a chair nearby, maybe even a low table. And basically, we'll put our arms on that chair or couch or low table, and we'll lower our body almost until our bottom touches the floor. And it's like a push-up, but backwards. And we'll count by ones to do 15 of these. Go ahead and find a good space, and then we'll get started. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Fantastic job. Now, we still have 21 moves to do, and this is where Fig is going to help us out if we haven't figured it out or guessed yet. Fig, what should we do 21 of? Jumping jacks. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Fig. So for jumping jacks, we need to stand up tall, and we will jump and put our arms up over our head each time we do. And we're going to count up to 21, and we'll count by ones because 21 is an odd number. You ready to do jumping jacks? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now, your heart may be beating quickly like mine. Sometimes when my heart beats quickly, I can actually hear it beating in my ears. And anytime we do an exercise together, I always take 3 cool down breaths after we're done. This helps my body settle back in, it helps calm my heartbeat, and helps me focus for our next steps together. Will you breathe with me? Great. You can listen for a bell, and once you hear it, take a big belly breath in, and then slowly let it out. Amazing. Maybe you were taking breaths in a different way than me. That's okay. When we do our deep breaths, I always think of one that makes me feel most comfortable and calm. And pretending to smell a flower and blowing out a candle, is one of my favorite ways to do it. So feel free to try that if you'd like, or any other way that works well for you. Earlier, I asked if you have ever been part of a team. And I'm wondering that because today we are going to talk all about collaboration or working together. And I am fortunate to have so many people on my team. All of the people who have subscribed to my channel are part of my team. All of the people who help support me through Patreon are part of my team. People like Nora and Clayton and their family. I'm so glad to have so many teammates, people who help work with me, people who help share their ideas, people who help me create all of these videos and things for you. And when we work as a team and collaborate, we can do incredible things. I have a message here to share with you so we can learn a little bit more about collaboration. And then I am thrilled to announce that we have another book from Diane Alber. And I feel like we are part of a team now because she has been so kind in sharing her books with us. So let's read our message and then we'll check out Diane's book. Now, I am excited to share this message with you. And one way we can work together, even though we're far apart, is you can look for some things that I've hidden inside it. I have hidden words that start with the same letters or sounds that are nearby or next to each other. And those are called alliterations. And I'd love for you to try to find them. It says, "Dear terrific teammates, even though we aren't all in the same place, do you know we're all a part of the same team? We're all humans sharing Earth, and we all have many important jobs to do. One job we can all do to collaborate or work together is to leave it better than you found it." What do you think that means? Leave it better than you found it. We can also all take teamwork seriously and try our best to do each of our own jobs well. I have a marvelous book to share with you, all about teamwork and how helping each other by doing our part can make the world a better place for us all. Love, Mrs. A. Teammates, did you find any alliterations? Maybe if I said terrific teammates, might give you a hint. Yeah. There are so many different ways that we can work together and collaborate. And if you were with me last time, you may remember that things like building with blocks, or putting together puzzles, or baking or cooking are great ways for us to practice collaboration every day. And our book here, A Little Spot of Teamwork, has a bunch of other really fabulous examples of how we can practice collaboration and what we can do, what we can help others do in order to work together or collaborate well. As I mentioned, A Little Spot of Teamwork is written and illustrated by Diane Alber, and I'm so grateful that she's given us permission to read this book so we can help people be better teammates and collaborate together. This is a story about collaboration and leadership, A Little Spot of Teamwork. Hi, we are Little Spots of Teamwork. We are here to show you how to collaborate and be a good team. What's a team? A team is two or more individuals working together to achieve a common goal. You might see a pair of people working together, a crew, or even a large group. Do you notice the illustration or picture? That's an example of collaboration that we've talked about. Building. I can do a lot by myself. Why do I need to be part of a team? Being part of a team is great in so many ways. You can make friends, build trust, and learn so much about yourself. You also can accomplish so much more working together than you can all by yourself. Just look at the start of this giant snowman. I love this idea that not only can you learn more about yourself and make friends, but you can also do more things that you wouldn't be able to do on your own when you work with a team. There are so many places we enjoy every day because a group of people work together as a team. Schools, libraries, and community centers are examples of places built by a team of people. In teamwork, you collaborate a lot. Collaboration is when you have a group of people with a lot of different talents and skills working together to create something amazing. Technology, like phones, computers, and robots, require people to collaborate every day as a team to come up with the latest device. I wonder if you've ever thought of that before. All of the things that you use, some things that may be very important to you, like your phones or computers or robots, they were put together and designed and created by teams. So what makes a good team? That's a great question. Teamwork spots follow these 7 simple rules. 1. Agree on a common goal. 2. Do your part. 3. Listen to others. 4. Encourage others. 5. Share thoughts. 6. Problem solve. 7. Respectfully disagree. Which rule do you think you're best at? Which rule do you think is challenging for you? I'm excited to learn more about these rules as we read together. Sports teams are a wonderful example of how a group of people work together to score points. Did you know that the majority of teams, both in and out of sports, share a similar structure? They have a leader or a captain and teammates. Leader and teammates. What makes a good leader? A leader's job is to guide the team to their goal. They can recognize the strengths and the weaknesses of the team and make sure everyone stays on track. They are also good at encouraging the team and resolving conflicts. Conflicts is another way to say resolving problems or troubles. What makes a good teammate? A teammate's job is to follow the leader and do their part. They can do this by listening, working hard, and having a positive attitude. Leaders and teammates. Have you ever been a leader in a team before? Have you ever been a teammate? If you've tried both, which do you think is a better fit for you and your strengths and your gifts? What's really cool about working on a team is that sometimes you get to try out different roles, and so you can figure out what works best for you. In every team, there can be conflict. It's important that you learn how to respectfully disagree so the team remains on task and has no hard feelings. Here's an example. What book should we read aloud today? Snippets! I'm not just a scribble! Looking at their faces and body language, and I'm noticing they don't look very happy. They don't look very comfortable. I wonder how they'll resolve this conflict. Stay calm. Okay. First step in a disagreement is to stay calm and listen. This will let the other person know you respect them and their opinion. Snippets is better because it's all about shapes. I can tell that they're listening here. Find the good. Find the positive in what they are saying, and use sentences that start with I when responding. I hear what you are saying. Snippets is a great book. Share your thoughts and offer a compromise. Explaining why you don't agree and offering a compromise can show the person you are trying to find a resolution or a solution to the problem. But National Scribble Day is this week, so how about we read snippets next week? It looks like they've agreed. Well done! You are able to hear a great story and make amazing scribble art without fighting. So I like that each teammate or person shared their ideas, and they both listened to each other, and then they were able to come to a compromise, something that they both agreed on for their plan. Team building at home. There are a lot of ways you can be a part of a team at home. Cooking is so much fun as a team. One person can roll the dough, and the other one stamp the cookies. Dinner time is another time when everyone can do their part and work together. There are several tasks to do. You can set the table, clean off the dirty dishes, clean the table, sweep the floor. Helping also shows kindness to your caregiver or your grown-ups or the people you're with. Have you ever worked as a team to do either of these things? Baking or cooking? Me too. In school, there are a lot of teams. Not only can students collaborate during projects, but they can share tasks like opening the door, changing the weather chart, or turning off the lights. And you can switch up the tasks every week so everyone can participate and help out the teacher. I'm the caboose. I'm in charge of turning off the lights. I'm the weather changer. I'm in charge of updating the weather chart. I'm the line leader. I'm the door holder. I love these examples of team building at school. Have you been in a team or in a class, maybe even an art class or a karate class, where you've had to work together or collaborate? Where you've had a job that helped your whole community? It's important to constantly practice teamwork. You can do this with team building activities. This helps everyone learn how to work together. So I thought it would be fun to try one. Today, we're going to do a portrait of Scribblespot together, since he is made from a team of emotions. I've never had anyone do my portrait before. And now this is a really great example of how we can collaborate. You are welcome to do this right now if you'd like, or come back and do this a little bit later after we finish our book. Sure, you can make art by yourself, but you will learn so much more when you work as a team. By making one giant portrait, you can practice problem solving by figuring out what design to do together, learn new techniques from your teammates, and create new art that you would not have thought of yourself. Or, if you want everyone to have their own piece of art, we can each start with one piece of paper and pass the paper to the next person every 20 seconds. So each paper has a little art from every teammate on it. Here are two great ways that you can practice collaborating right now. I'm curious, which one do you want to try first? I want to try this one first. I like the idea of everyone having something, but also collaborating at the same time. Wow, I can see you really paid attention with all the teamwork advice. This is the most magnificent collaborative art piece I have ever seen. You were right. Working together as a team is so much fun. Collaborative art, or working together to make art, is another one of my favorite ways to collaborate. And I have some different ways or ideas that you can make collaborative art and work as a team on my Patreon. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. Friends, I hope you enjoyed a little spot of teamwork and learned a little bit more about what it means to work together or collaborate today. We have one final activity to do together, one more way for us to collaborate, and that is to take our mindful moment. You may already know that when we practice mindfulness or do a mindful moment, we try our best to focus on just one thing. Usually it's our breathing or maybe moving or shaping our body in a certain way. And the reason we practice mindfulness is to help us be present and really focus on what's happening just in front of us, just one thing, or just inside us, just how we're feeling or what we're experiencing. And the mindfulness activity that we're going to do today is related to collaboration and teamwork, and it is called bee breath. And the reason I chose this one is because bees often collaborate and work together. Each bee has a special job or role, and they live together in a hive, And everyone has to do their own job well to help the hive function and to stay healthy. And so when we do our bee breath, maybe you'll be thinking about collaboration or teamwork. That's okay. Maybe you'll just be thinking about your breath and how it sounds like a bee. That's okay too. In order to do our bee breath, we're going to sit up tall and close our eyes, or lower them if you'd like. And we're going to breathe in slowly through our nose. And then we'll breathe out slowly and hum as if a bee is flying. So let's try it for 5 breaths. Ready? Did you hear my hum? Let's do it for 4 more and maybe we could make a whole entire beehive. Ready? What did you notice about your body? What did you notice about your brain? Was it wandering and thinking about bees? Was it distracted by my humming sounds? When we practice mindfulness, it's tricky to stay focused and really just think about our breathing or our own body or thoughts. It's okay if that happened for you today. I know it happened for me a few times too. But it's nice for us to keep practicing and keep trying to be mindful, because it can really help us feel well and focused throughout our days. And we can do it anywhere. Being mindful just requires us, our own mind and our own body. And so I encourage you to try different ways to be mindful and let me know your favorites. Friends, I hope you had a wonderful time with me today, and I hope you learned something new about collaboration. I want to send you off with some love if you need it, a hug if you want it, and I can't wait to see you next time.